Hello everyone, welcome to Potty Talk. Diana and I are here to do her 2-month update. And she is ready for bed. It is. I know. It's a little after 10 o'clock. And all she wants is to be swaddled and laid down in her bed. But she's actually 11 weeks now. So I figured we better do her 2-month update before it's time for a 3-month update. I do have some notes written down so I wouldn't forget anything. The thing that everybody always wants to know is how much does she weigh. The last time she was weighed was maybe 3 weeks ago, and she was like 6 pounds and 4 ounces, I believe. And so I'm guessing that she's getting upwards towards 7 pounds now. And she was 18 3/4 of an inch long then. Let's see. Her feedings, she has been taking 54 milliliters every 3 hours, pretty consistently for maybe like 4 or 5 days since this past weekend. And she just today has let me know that she wants more than that. So today she's had anywhere between 60 and 64 milliliters each feeding. But there's been a couple times today that she's nursed too, so I'm not sure exactly how much she's getting, but she's definitely taken more today than she has been. So she must be growing. Huh. It's funny because whenever I hold her, she feels like big to me, because I still so remember how teensy tiny she was when she was first born. But then, like if I see Jeremy holding her, I think that she looks still like a tiny, tiny little baby. So it's all about perspective, huh? Yeah. Okay, so she still is very much in the newborn kind of cycle of sleep, eat. A couple times a day she'll be more alert after her feeding, and she'll be awake for like, an hour or an hour and a half before she goes back to sleep. But she's still doing a lot of that, just typical newborn stuff. I'm guessing that's because she was so premature that her adjusted age is only like 1 or 2 weeks. So, oh my goodness, what is it? Oh, you need to burp. We're still dealing with some acid reflux. Oh my goodness, but it's not nearly as bad as it was when she was in the NICU. It was just awful when she was in the NICU. But that has gotten a lot better. Where's your pussy, sister? You dropped it. Oh, there was a burp. Is that what the problem was? Did you have a burp? So yeah, she's just now starting to be a little bit more alert and awake in between feedings. But she sleeps so good at nighttime. Don't you? You swaddle her up and lay her in her little bassinet, and she knows that it's nighttime. And I've just recently, this week, started letting her sleep and not waking her up every 3.5 hours through the night. Mostly because after doing that for so long, I just got to where I didn't hear my alarm anymore. It would go off, and I would even set it, like I would set it at 1 o'clock, 1:05, 1:07, 1:08. Like I would set several alarms back to back, and I would turn them all off and have no recollection of that. So it would just got to be pointless to set the alarm. So I just don't do that anymore and let her tell me when she's ready to wake up. I think the longest she has slept is 5 hours. So that's been nice. But the weird thing is, even though she's sleeping a little bit more and I'm getting like longer segments of sleep at night, I'm still just exhausted during the day. Like I'll reach a point once or twice a day when I just have to go to sleep because I can't function anymore. And there's been a few times I've done things here in the house and then not remembered it later, because I think I'm basically sleepwalking. Like, my brain is asleep and my body is still moving. So I'm still struggling with just horrible sleep deprivation right now, but hopefully that should start getting better now that she is sleeping a little bit longer stretches of time at nighttime. She's just getting where she's wanting to kind of smile and talk back to you and coo a little bit, but she doesn't do it very consistently. It's but you can tell when you're talking to her, like, she's just focused in on you, and she has a really I don't know, like a pleasant look on her face. Like, she wants to smile and she wants to talk back, but she hasn't quite figured it out yet. Silver lining to this whole thing, that, you know, she's our last baby, and we've got to enjoy the newborn stage a lot longer than we typically would. So that's been kind of like a little blessing, a little gift amidst all the craziness that we've had. She is wearing newborn size diapers, newborn clothes. She still has a few preemie things that she can wear. The kicky pants, sleepers, little footy pajamas that she has, she can still wear those because they're kind of stretchy. So she can still wear the preemie size in that brand. But everything else she's wearing newborn. Let's see. Talked about that. Nursing. She is doing a lot better with nursing. There for a long time, she would latch on and then suck a few times, maybe swallow, but then just quit. She would just sit there. And then after a few minutes, she would suck a few times, swallow, and then sit there a while. And I think partly that was because she was getting tired, and partly because she just wasn't getting let down fast enough. She's gotten so used to the bottle and instant gratification that she wasn't willing to work when she was nursing to get more than that. So what I've been doing the last few days is pumping for a couple minutes first. So I go ahead and get that let down started, and then put her at the breast, and she'll nurse then. But she still doesn't nurse for very long. She can nurse maybe like 10-15 minutes, and she's not nursing that whole entire time. She takes a lot of breaks. And then she ends up falling asleep after 10 or 15 minutes, but she's still hungry after that. So I think she's still just, it just wears her out to try and nurse, but I think that's going to just keep getting better. I've been putting her to the breast like 2 or 3 times a day, because it takes so long. It's such a long process, the times of the day that she nurses, because she'll nurse for, you know, the whole entire process of getting her latched on and all that can take about 20 to 30 minutes. And then after that, she's still hungry. So then I have to fix her a bottle, give her a bottle, and then I have to pump after that for 30 minutes. So it just takes so long that I don't do that every feeding. At some point we may have to start doing that. But for right now, I just do it 2 or 3 times a day. I think I've just about got everything except for the Spina Bifida stuff. Yeah. Okay, so last week she had her very first appointment at the Spina Bifida clinic at Vanderbilt, and she had several different things done. She had a couple different ultrasounds done. She had an MRI. She saw an orthopedic surgeon. She saw a neurosurgeon. She saw a urologist. We saw a social worker. They come and see us every time too. She had blood work done. There were just several things that she did that day, and everything is still looking really, really well. The orthopedic surgeon said that the 2 things that she looks for to determine if a child's going to have mobility in their lower limbs are the ability to flex and straighten the ankle, and the ability to completely straighten the leg from hip, knee down. And she can do both of those things just fine. So she said that she can pretty much guarantee that she is going to be upright, that we have no way of knowing, if she's going to need braces or a walker or crutches or anything like that until she's older. But for now, it looks like everything is good, that she'll at least be, walking upright. She may need some assistance at some point, but she's going to be upright. So that was good news. Neurology said that her scar looked amazing. They were taking pictures of it and showing, having other people come in to show them They were really excited with the way that it had healed up, so that was good. The ventricles in her head, they always measure. They did that through the MRI this time, and they said that her ventricles are still stable. They are. She still does have hydrocephalus. Her head is bigger than it should be, and she does have more fluid in her brain than she should. But her ventricles have been stable the last, I think that was the third time that they looked at them, and they pretty much stayed the same. So that's good, very, very good news, because one thing I was really worried about was her needing to have a shunt or something similar. And right now it's looking like that is totally fine. They also said that her Chiari malformation has reversed completely. And so that's where they were looking at her cerebellum, that when we first had that ultrasound at 18 weeks, that was one of the markers that for Spina Bifida that they showed us, where her cerebellum was pulled down into her neck instead of up in her head where it's supposed to be. And now that's reversed now. They can see space behind the cerebellum in the brain, which is exactly what you want to see. So everything's looking good from that standpoint too. And she's doing great. She, next time she goes to the Spina Bifida clinic, which will be in September, they're going to do a little bit more looking at her kidneys and her bladder function. I think they're going to do some sort of pressure test where they put a catheter up inside and check her kidneys somehow. I don't know. Still learning this stuff, but right now we'll be going to the Spina Bifida clinic every 3 months, and we do have to go back to Nashville for that whenever she has those. She also is going back to Nashville in just a few days for an eye appointment. I think I talked about that in one of the previous vlogs, yeah. But yeah, she has another appointment next week for that. But for the most part, she's doing really well. She's doing exactly what she's supposed to. She, besides being delayed because of being a preemie, she just feels like a normal baby to us, you know. It's so funny because after we got her diagnosis and I was pregnant with her, we were dealing with the surgery and recovery and all that. All I could think about was the Spina Bifida. Like, that was, and I couldn't even imagine actually having a baby at the end of it. Like, everything just became about the diagnosis and not about the baby. And as soon as she was born, all that went away, and she's just our baby. And the disability is furthest thing from our mind. And I'm sure if she were having a lot of complications, that might be different. But she's just doing so well, and she's just our sweet baby. So thanks for watching, and we will be back really soon for her 3-month update, because that's just in like a week and a half. So we'll see you guys later. Bye. All right, Sissy.